I also like wanted to join the army too, and I went
And you were, right? You joined.
for 7 hours. I went to the battlefield, and it just felt like there's a limit to what everybody can do.
What did you see?
There was a difference between me and them. The people that were there fighting,
We're ready to die.
just they just had that thing that I didn't have.
Yo, welcome back to another episode of the Immigrant Section. It's your boy Abbas Wahab saying thank you for tuning in. First things first, July 7th, we're going live with the listeners. Go below, click that link, sign up, get the Zoom link. I'm going to meet everyone that wants to come out. At least I've been skimming through the names, lots of fobs and a couple white people. So I'm excited to see how that turns out. It's going to be a shit show and I'm amped. For today, back in the studio, my homie, day one, hilarious comedian, director, the list goes on. My guy, AJ Bate.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it. This is too swanky for me now. I can't come back here. I was here through a lot of evolutions for this.
The whole evolution.
I think every evolution I was part of. And this is, I think, the most stressful one.
It's a lot now.
It's because I think like a lot of comics like try to learn how to be podcasters, but I think the art of being a good podcast guest is something that I'm trying to figure out. Like trying to like make sure that I don't fuck up your episode.
You're already ruining it.
I think so. By just addressing
you
it.
Just meta. It was too
There's
meta.
so many things that I'm like paying attention to, but like not out of like stress, but just I want to do a good job for you guys. Like I don't want to fuck it up.
I like that you say for you guys now too. Like it's a corporate entity.
Well,
like,
yeah. Well,
I just want to do well.
I just want the Immigrant Section company means a lot to me.
Yeah, exactly. We've been reviewing your past episodes, and we don't feel that you're up to par with the future of the immigrant. We thank you for your involvement with it thus far, Mr. Bate.
I put so much time. How dare you?
You're like, have you seen my movie?
I was about to retire.
You're the most Louis C.K. guy around me.
Oh my God! Don't say that.
Yeah, I feel
thank
like
you.
Yeah, like your comedy and the fact that you do you write scripts and you film it and you get everything done, and it's always kind of a dark comedy.
Yeah,
it's very Louis. Everything about you.
I think it's just because like
the only thing is the hair.
No, the hair and much more handsome.
Is it going a little bit? The hair? Please tell me yes. As a bald person.
Here's what I've started like going vegan like 4 days out of the week.
Really?
Yeah, and my hair got stronger.
So you're like half gay?
I'm pretty much.
Are you bisexual now?
Dude, like I'm like I go into locker rooms now. I'm not even there to work out.
You're like it's not even a vegan day today.
I just walk in. I'm like, did I forget my keys? And it just like circle.
Sir, you're lingering.
Sir, you're not even a member here. I'm like, I can't help it. I'm vegan.
He's vegan 4 days of the week. Don't mind him.
But I mean, that's the reason why gay people look good is because I'm gay.
Yeah. No, this is just, it's full gay.
I come out on this podcast like, oof.
No, it would be one of the LGBTQ podcasts with way bigger like listeners and sponsorships. And people are lining to sponsor the LGBTQ podcast.
Dude, it's crazy. But no, I think like ever since I started doing that, like my skin got better and like my hair got stronger. So I think I felt for 1 second that it was going to go away, but then it got stronger. So I was like, okay, I think it's just I need to stop eating shitty food.
Fuck, I wish someone told me this when I was 21.
No, I don't think that's your case.
It wouldn't have stopped?
No.
It started early.
The thing is, though, is that you got a good head shape.
It works for me.
Absolutely.
It works. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
Like if you were like, yeah.
Thank you. It does work. Thank you to the people out there that are like, yeah, this is going to work. Thank you.
No, you're
I
absolutely,
needed that.
You're fine. Like I would not even notice that. I wouldn't even categorize you as a bald person.
Even though I literally am.
Yeah, but that's not one of the descriptions. If
if
people were them like describe a boss, bald would not be one of them.
Like if I committed a crime and the police was asking witnesses.
Like, he's for sure black.
Yeah.
He's so
Number one, black.
So black.
It's like that's all we need. Thank you very much.
Anything else? Nothing comes to mind.
Shine from his head.
I don't know, but I think it's just because he was running fast. He's black.
It might have just been speed. Did I mention he was dark? His complexion, probably African, maybe if not African American.
Oh, and Muslim. Yes.
He had a prayer mark on his forehead that was very dark.
Dude, that's so gross. The guys that have that.
But bro, isn't it funny how it's literally gross, but it's so coveted in Islam?
Yeah, like I remember when I was going through.
Look at that.
When I was going through my religious phase, when I was like, when you're praying and you get on the ground,
you hit it hard.
I would rub it extra hard to get like a burn mark, and just be like, I'm closer to him now.
Bro, it's literally you go into a mosque, you'll be
Dude.
like, I remember as a kid being like, that's a convert.
Yeah.
Like, you know how like the converts are the best Muslims?
They
the
are.
converts?
They are.
Especially in my mosque in London, Ontario, there's a bunch of ex-biker.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of murder they did. What kind of,
Or the guys that marry women that are not, and then they convert, and they are like
they become
more
great.
devout.
But it seems like it's like from like the biker guys. It's always these guys with sleeves
Yeah, the
that are the
tattoos.
best Muslims.
Yes.
But I remember seeing a guy that had a prayer mark as a convert. I'm like,
How did you get that?
you know how much smashing he probably just went to a brick wall.
Yeah.
Or actually maybe he used to be one of those intense motherfuckers that would just smash his head.
I don't
and
know,
then
yeah.
a Muslim person found him like,
Yeah.
my God, you're so devoted. Or like you've never prayed before? You have the sign. You're the chosen one.
Yeah, they literally like he's like the guy that like everybody's like flocking around. Like, how did you get? They touch it.
His prayer mark is so flat and coarse.
Just so smooth.
Just like
so,
the prophet Moses.
Fuck,
But you see that flat mark and people are like, whoa, that's a high level
no,
Muslim.
that is like you see like the top dogs in the mosque. Look, those are the dudes. Like the darker it is, like this guy is like he knows all the answers.
And like in the I was gonna say Muslim competitions. What is that?
The best Muslim competition.
The Quran reading
coming in.
Yeah, the Quran reading competitions.
Adam Fahmy, he's from Germany. He just converted 2 weeks ago.
It's like the bodybuilding competitions, but
Yeah.
instead of like
Look,
tanning,
yeah.
he takes a dark shoe polish and puts it in the prayer
Yeah,
mark.
always like-
Man, that prayer mark is dark.
Now he opens
The Mus'haf.
the Quran. Oh my god.
Oh my God.
It reminds me of the 1975 competition.
He's beginning with Juzu Amma, the ending. This is
insane technique
Yeah.
like we've never
Yeah.
seen before.
He went through Surah Al-Baqarah at the fastest that anyone has ever, like, you know what I mean?
It's so like, without even fucking like even like when you like stand in Ramadan and when in the Taraweeh
Yeah.
and you're standing
Stand
and,
still.
and it's like the first few days and it's the Baqarah and it just
There's no break. There's no
keeps-
break.
It
Yeah.
goes
It keeps-
for
yeah.
quite some
You're
time.
like, oh my
and you're
God.
like, but you don't want to be the guy that like is restless
Because
because
there's always 90-year-olds in front of you who are
of course,
standing
we're
strong.
like standing straight. But then again, the mark dude will come to you and be like, brother, listen, this is nasiha, this is advice. You move too much. And this doesn't count. I'm like, excuse me?
I have
it doesn't
to,
count?
yeah.
It doesn't count? Are you
Like,
crazy?
get the fuck away from me. Go hit one of your 4 wives,
Yeah,
dude.
exactly. Also, how did you do that? God damn.
Ah.
No, it's insane, man. Like, I think like it's just
Nothing is worse than one of those high-level Muslims in the community who's coveted by the whole community, and they have this like the air about them, like I'll give you advice or like I'm
Yeah.
holier than thee.
Yeah.
So it's like, just take this advice that I give.
Yeah,
you.
no,
Like,
it-
it's like I'm
it-
untouchable.
dude, it's always intense, man. Like it's always like I remember when I used to go to Quran school in one of the teachers. I wore a Brazil football jersey, and the Brazilian jersey national team it's almost like kind of a cross, I guess, in a way.
That's
It's-
crazy.
It's the emblem. But I'm as a kid, I just like I like I love like Ronaldo number 9, and
Yeah.
I just went.
It's a fucking sports team. It's Brazil.
It's a
Every Arab in the world had a Brazil
exactly,
jersey.
pretty much. So I go there, and then he rips it off, like he rips the emblem off,
'Cause
like
of
you're
Christ.
not supposed to wear that here. I'm like, thanks, man, appreciate it.
That's the stupidity of it.
Yeah.
That's like man, I remember in 2nd grade I came to Canada and there was this fucking Palestinian kid in 2nd grade with me and I was like, Godzilla. He's like, la, Goodzilla. There is only one God, not Godzilla, Goodzilla.
It's so stupid.
It blew my mind.
It's so
And you know he heard
stupid.
it at home too.
Oh
you
my
know
God.
his dad was like, Shuha the Godzilla, huh?
It's Godzilla.
Godzilla?
It's Godzilla.
ما في أي رب but Allah.
Oh my God.
No God but
This
one.
This is the stuff that's in general. It's like very hard to defend. I have an easier time defending 9/11
Or 21 Savage as a rapper.
I have an easier time justifying ISIS than justifying saying Godzilla instead of
Godzilla.
I don't know.
Astaghfirullah,
Where do you start
Godzilla.
with that?
Yeah,
That's just a bad pun. Like that's not.
Bro, but it gets. There's an old story in Sudan where they had a British. What's it called? Pass your mic for a sec.
Yeah.
They had a British English teacher who taught freaking what's it called? Who taught kindergarten in Sudan, and they had a teddy bear, and they're like, "What should we name the teddy bear?" And all the kids were like, "Muhammad."
Oh,
and they named the
that's
teddy
not-
bear
yeah.
Muhammad, and they had to fucking emergency fly this
Yes,
bitch out of Sudan.
yes,
Like
yes.
literally, there was a riot.
They put
on
like
the
an
street.
envelope thing on her head and taped
Like
it.
Black
and,
Hawk Down had to come.
Yeah, she's like
right to
yeah, like
the.
she owes the Colombian cartel money. Like
They flew in
They
with the,
extracted
you know
her.
those ladders that fall.
Yeah.
She's just
They had her in a room like this with the light on top of her. And
like
they're
when an embassy is being
Yeah, yeah,
attacked.
yeah.
When a country goes to war.
And they're all standing there, like, do you know what you just what you caused outside? And then like, she's like, I just need a teddy bear.
Full adults just being like, Muhammad, what? The Nabi, what? Like,
So that
It-
means
that-
you can't take it inside to the bathroom with you, and you can't.
that
do it.
sets.
It's just.
I feel like that sets like. That's like
You think it
for
doesn't-
Muslims.
you
That's
think-
like a black guy robbing a bank with a watermelon and
Yeah.
going back and getting caught because he went
Yeah.
back because he left the watermelon.
Yeah.
Like some crazy racist.
Yeah.
thing.
And then like instead of a gun, he takes out a fried chicken.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it's-
exactly. Like that is trying to kill
It's
the
like
British
it's
teacher
just-
for naming
it's
the teddy
just
bear
so
Muhammad.
bad. It's just so it's so bad, and it's like I said, like it does nothing but like just make people feel like I can't wait to get out of here and just
I know.
talk to any of you.
I know.
It's so horrible to say, but that's just the truth, man. It is what it is. Like I think it's so weird, man. I'm not anti-religion at all, and I definitely do like see a lot of the great things about religion, but it's very hard to defend some of the things that I grew up with. Like, it's
Just examples we just said.
yeah, a lot in that. Yeah, exactly. And those are like on the smaller scale stuff. It's just like so many things. It's like I can't justify that. I can't justify that to myself. And if I can't logically justify that, I can't believe in it. Like
Would you ever? And I feel like you and I have had similar experiences. You mostly because you kind of spent more time in Libya before you. My guy is here, Libya. You spent what 15, 16 years?
yeah,
there?
15 years in Libya.
Yeah. So tried and true. Version 1. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? This guy's
Yeah,
built, handmade in Libya. But
dude.
like,
Yeah, every fiber.
you should like. These scripts, some of these scripts should reflect like this weird duality, and not like more like Rami, Rami like I want to find God, I want to find God, more like really what it is of being like trying to just be a reasonable Muslim,
Yeah,
and like or just being like kind of how we are, whatever you call our current state of it, kind of
World,
outside. I'm Muslim by like. I tried atheism. I was like, "Fuck atheism."
no,
I'm Muslim. I'm Muslim.
atheism is too intense. For
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
Like it's too much of like it's too. I'm a
Nothing. You're cheering for like nothing.
dude. I don't need more negativity in my life.
I
man.
know.
Like it's already. things-
Well, I realize you too. We're so Muslim. Even if we like don't fuck with a lot of the practices,
Yeah.
we really are. You can't change us. We're like oak trees.
I think that's really what it is. Like at my core, like I might not like be practicing or anything like that, but at my core, it's around me. You know what I mean? Like it's around.
if someone
me.
says the Prophet Muhammad, in your head you're like
There-
Salah.
yes,
In your head you're like
there's
Salah.
always gonna be like,
right?
even if I don't say anything, I'm gonna go like this. At
Yeah,
least.
yeah,
At
exactly.
least I'm gonna tilt my head down.
So I'm like, I get this tribe. I understand. I know the
Yeah.
inner workings of this tribe.
Sure.
And I relate. And I'm part of this tribe. Even if I don't think like the Quran is like, the Quran's not fact. You know what I mean? It's not like the bush happened and the bush spoke to the guy
Yeah.
and like everything in the Quran is fact. I don't agree with that.
They're great stories.
That's
they're
all it
awesome.
is.
They're awesome stories.
But that's what it is. Stories to frame your life around and
Morals
use as
and, like, yeah.
moral references
Yeah.
and like a compass for how you should
Totally
act
understand,
ethically,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
But a lot of people are like, these are all facts that happened. This is nonfiction.
sure,
The earth is 4,000 years
anthropology
old.
is like part of like us.
This is fact.
These people did exist and these stories did happen. And
So I'm not that.
Yeah.
But I'm like, as soon as you go to being like, this is all just analogies and metaphors, I'm there with you all day.
I think that
And all the other religions say that too, for the most part.
they all have those common stories. I think at the end of the day, I think what it is like I'm not above religion.
No, hell no.
And you also empathize with people that love religion so much. And a lot of the times you see,
like my mom, my parents, you know what
well,
I mean?
not
Like,
even,
it's right
like,
there.
we even go deeper than that. If you go to Sudan and in Libya, there's people from the day they're born until the day they die, all they know is misery. Like their life will not get better.
Yes, but hope and faith
If
are
you-
facilitated through Islam.
Exactly. The reason why they haven't decided to fucking kill everybody in their family and kill themselves
It's haram.
is haram. And they're always like, today's tomorrow's another day. Tomorrow's fortune will come tomorrow, and it will never come. But
This dunya is a test.
exactly,
Which pisses me when people say that. I'm like, this is the only life we definitely know for sure.
sure, that's beyond.
So you're saying this one, the only one we know 100%.
Yeah.
This is a test.
Yeah, but I best the thing is like these people, if they don't have that, they don't have anything else.
Oh no, 100%.
So yeah,
That's why the poorest, most socioeconomically downtrodden people in
They're
the world are the
religious.
most religious
Yeah.
people, because you need a faith system.
And so that's why, like, for us people that are like from a first world country that go there or like even look down on these beliefs, you're not doing anything more than just ruining those people's lives. Like, you're not proving anything.
No, yeah,
you're
exactly.
not doing anything.
You're not doing
good.
no good.
No good.
Yeah.
There's no good. Yeah, sure. Let's say that atheism is the right way and there is nothing there. But like, what does that solve?
Nothing.
Sometimes that's the thing. Like, sometimes the right answer is not
The right answer.
It's not the right answer,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
even the easiest one. And sometimes there are things that are just better kept the way they are, because
It's the parent to child teaching analogy.
it's a net positive.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like, would you tell your kid that you may not make the mortgage payment?
Sure, there
this
are
month?
things that you don't need to tell your kid
Yeah.
about.
It's pressures that are like
Yeah.
they can't handle.
You don't tell your kids the reason why you're really getting divorced.
Yeah,
It's
and
because-
it is them. It is because
not
of
only
that.
them, but every time I go to sleep next to your mom, I want to kill her and then go into the room and kill all of you. But because
And when I wake up, I still want to kill her.
I
And
hate
that-
everybody in this house. And that's why.
And it used to be that when I woke up, I didn't want to kill her as much.
No,
And
yeah,
now
yeah,
with the
yeah,
hate
yeah,
is
yeah.
the same.
But now that we're getting divorced, I love you guys now again. So that's why we had to get divorced, so I can know how to love you again. Because otherwise, I would not enjoy you.
This is sounding like a divorce conversation you have like walked through in your
No,
head. You know?
it's just because like as you get older, you start to realize that like life, as great as it is, it's fucking brutal. Life is so hard.
for the most part.
It's
most
so
part.
hard. It's so not easy to be alive, man. It's not.
How many times in your life have you met a super rich religious person? I'll tell you like one time or two times.
Sure.
And it's always old white guys that
Yes.
are old Christians, old money.
Yes.
But other than that, like super wealthy nowadays, younger than 55,
New money people, yeah.
even if they come from old money. I'm talking about the one I'm talking about that's like 85.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
like
yeah,
staunch, you know what I
Yes.
mean? It's like worth like a good high fraction of $1 billion.
Stuck in
Staunch.
their
Yeah,
own ways, yeah.
Yeah, they made their money within
Sure.
the fucking confines of religion.
Yeah.
But nowadays, though, it's almost always the case. Poor needs a faith system. And as you grow up, as you increase tax
Yeah, you
brackets,
don't care.
you realize that, and for good or for worse, right? You know what I mean? You just focus on the dunya. You focus on like, oh, this is the playground that I'm excelling in.
Yeah.
This system is for like keeping people like satisfied with mediocrity.
Absolutely, and that's the key word here is mediocrity. I find that no matter where life takes me personally, whether I succeed or not, I at least set a standard for myself to be like, I'm gonna always do the best that I can, right? Especially if I'm doing something that I love, supposedly, I'm always gonna give it my best and not settle for mediocrity, even from myself. Like if I feel like I'm not doing a good job, then I need to be honest with myself and tell myself that I'm not doing a good job.
Yeah, like for as far as my mom is concerned, I'm like, and like she represents kind of like the religious generational mindset is,
Yeah.
if I get a good paying job,
You have to.
marry a Muslim and raise Muslim children, I succeeded in this life.
Yes.
It doesn't matter.
That's
It doesn't
their
matter of
standard.
like the quality of the marriage.
No.
It
No.
doesn't matter of like the joy level of the children.
No.
It doesn't matter of my own level of fulfillment.
If you love, yeah, exactly. You love.
It doesn't
what you're
matter if
doing.
there's
No.
love
No.
in the household. Is everyone praying 5 times a day?
Yes.
Are you making money? Are you doing a job that society respects? Are you an
Yes.
engineer, doctor?
That's
one
the
of
other
these
thing,
things?
too.
A job I can brag about.
Yes, that's the other thing too. Like they also, if they, even when they want you to be rich, they want you to be rich by like 2 means. Like either like, you buy buildings and sell them,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
you
yeah. Real estate.
work with your uncle at his store that is like, like whatever.
He has business.
Yeah, it's through. You have to be like a tradesman. Like that's the only way for you to make money. That's it.
There's no rich engineer. You know,
There is-
I'll tell you some rich engineers. You know what they did? They saved every last dollar and went hard on real estate.
Yeah, no, there is no such thing as a rich
Yeah.
engineer. Maybe rich doctor, but that's
And then
it.
they have like 6 properties that eventually are rental properties, and eventually that's their net worth is all from that.
Yeah, which is great.
fine.
Which
Yeah,
is
do your
awesome.
thing. That's great.
the thing too. Is like whatever it is that makes you happy. The thing is though, I start to realize, if I don't do the things that I'm doing right now, and I'm sure it's the same way with you, I will be an unbearable, miserable person to be around.
Oh yeah, I'm already a little bit of that, and I'm doing exactly what I want to do.
It's
I have no
exactly it.
job, and I'm doing exactly.
I'm
what I
already
want.
unbearable.
Exactly, and I'm the worst sometimes.
I'm already unbearable. But I know that for a fact, if I don't do the things that I do, I won't be able to like enjoy myself.
There's like a Winston Churchill quote where he goes like, I don't know if it was. There's nothing worse than living with a person that can't follow their dreams or something
Yeah.
like that. Like
I would
the
imagine that.
insufferability
I
of
would
someone
imagine
like
that.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, my girlfriend, like, she was even like, yeah, but I'm not gonna like. She was like, I'm not gonna let you stop doing what you do because I know that you're just gonna be.
It might not even been Winston Churchill.
It's so funny with quotes, dude.
Yeah.
Girl-
There's only one thing worse than fighting with allies, and that is fighting without them.
There you go.
Winston, as he's downing a 40 of vodka as he says this.
Yeah, as he's like just thinking.
They're like,
about,
give us another quote, Winston.
Yeah, it's like how do we
fucking drunk.
abuse India more?
He's like, just burps and goes, friends are God's apology for relations. That's Hugh Kingsmill.
Friends
whoever
are
the fuck.
God's. Oh my god.
Imagine just sitting around thinking about quotes back in the day.
Well, I was gonna talk about like how like back home we have like these weird quotes that are not accurate at all. Like one of the funniest but very horrible ones is the ones that, because you know how a lot of Arabs are very anti-Semitic,
oh, yeah.
and so one of the quotes that I'm really, this is horrible.
No, I'm just saying straight up.
No, but like the quote is horrible.
I'm already laughing.
They share it a lot. It's in Arabic. It's
Dante,
like,
make sure to note this time code.
it's like Hitler's quote was like, the reason why I didn't kill all the Jews is because I wanted the rest of the world to know why I started killing them.
Hitler said this? Or
No,
this is the-
but that's the quote the Arabs think that Hitler did.
Oh, man. That one is actually
It's
like
so-
past the line. where
This
it's
is
like,
it's so bad.
yeah. I thought it would have been like, you know, the Jewish guy, his pocket
No,
so deep or
no,
something like that. Like
that's,
those.
That's basic stuff. That's just a Wednesday.
They're just saying he should have killed them all.
He's
You're
like,
like,
the reason
Jesus.
why I didn't kill them all is so that you guys know why I started doing that.
I hate people that talk about, and there's still these people that truly exist. Like these, there's some Arabs that truly believe that like the Jews own everything. It's a big
Yes.
conspiracy, and
Yes.
like I'm angry at them because they're winning by default,
Yeah.
and it's the system's not fair. Like you're defeated in your mind.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, I don't even know where to start with unpacking your
It's
shit.
too much.
It's, I don't
It's
even,
too much
It's one
to
of those Godzilla situations.
Yeah, it's a Godzilla
I don't
scenario.
know where to
I can't
start.
deal with this.
Yeah.
No. It's
They own the media. They own sure.
I mean, like,
So, what's your passion? What's your drive? What
Well,
are you
that-
trying to do in life?
well, that's the thing. Like, okay,
Forget these
let's
people for a
just
sec.
submit to this racist thought. Yes, they do own anything. So what do we do now? Like, where do we go from here?
Exactly. Nothing, man. There's nothing we can do,
There's
man. It's
nothing
all
to
fucking
do. Do we
tied
just
up.
give up? Dunya, it's all in.
I'm like,
Jannah.
it sounds like you don't know what you want to do with your
Yes.
life, and you are just looking for things to
I
solidify
think that's
that.
really what
You-
it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, if you follow that stereotype, Jews are good at making money. I want to be with people that that know how to make money.
Exactly.
So
What do I want? Who you surround yourself with the people you want to be like, right?
Even if I wanted to submit to this racist thought, then let's follow it all the way through. Then why stop there? It's such a very odd thing, man, to kind of think. And it's so. I think the revolution in Libya kind of was the big thing that really changed who I am.
How so?
It just changed the way I thought about everything. Thought about religion, thought about race.
How old were you when it hit?
I was 19 years old.
And you weren't there at the time. You were
No,
in
I was
England?
there. Oh, I was there.
So what's your backstory again?
So
You were
my
England or
timeline,
some
I was
shit?
born in Libya. I stayed there for a year, and then my dad got the opportunity to get his master's degree and PhD in England.
Okay.
So then after I was 1 year old, we moved to England, lived there for 7 years, came back to Libya. I think 12, 13 years in Libya, and now I've been in Canada for 8 years.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so that's pretty much 30 years. So 2011, I was living in Libya. My parents moved to Canada 2 months before the revolution started, and they wanted me to move with them, but I didn't want to.
Gotcha. You're in school.
I was in school. I loved being there, and I was also like, it wasn't very, it
was chill at the time.
Yeah, it was chill. It was chill at the time, but also like there was no necessary reason for me to be there real early.
Gotcha.
PR, I can just be there for a few years and then renew it and keep doing that.
Yeah. All your friends are there. Yeah.
My whole life.
Yeah, everything.
So, and then the revolution happened, literally like a month and a half after they moved there. So I was like, I'm definitely not going to go there because when do you get to witness a revolution happen? This guy's been in.
How did it start? Yeah, he's been
in power for 42 years.
The Green Book. Yo, pull up.
Dude.
In the meantime, pull up the craziest excerpts from the Green Book.
Dude, Gaddafi. Is such a fascinating.
So did it go off like what's his name, Mubarak, where it was like Twitter?
So yeah, so the first one was Zain al-Abidin in Tunisia.
Okay.
And then
Egypt.
and then Libya.
Okay.
Literally that's how it happened. On the west side, east side, and then us.
And was it like, I know Saudi, when that shit was going down, they started getting like mad armored vehicles from
Most
General
Arab
or whatever the company is that makes them.
General Motors.
Not even General. No, what are they called? GE, General Electric, or one of these people. They're actually in London.
Yeah.
They build a lot of these armored vehicles.
Yeah.
But they started being like, oh fuck, did Libya start like
the Arab countries
reinforcing everything?
All of the Arab countries got scared.
Yeah.
All of them. Sudan.
Yeah.
All of them. Saudi Arabia, Yemen, all of them. They all got scared. And so when that started happening, a lot of the people that lived abroad, the Libyans that lived abroad, that were raised in Western countries, they came back. Well, at least for that period of time, because they also wanted to be a part of that. And when they came in, dude, even like musically, I learned about the White Stripes. I never heard of the White Stripes. They're now one of my
the Libyan.
Are
they? How did you learn about them? What do you mean?
Well, that's what I mean. Like people that we know that lived abroad their whole life. They
came back. They're like, "What's happening?" But also, you heard this shit?
Exactly. They're like, "Oh my god, we gotta fight the revolution." But also, the fucking Elephant is a really great album of theirs. Like, boom.
They came back with knowledge.
That's what I mean. Rage Against the Machine. All that stuff that I never really got to know, because there's not really much.
Dude, those guys were literally the equivalent of like the 1500s when they first started exploring.
Sure.
When motherfuckers came back with
pretty much
tobacco and spices.
Yes. They're like exactly came in with iPods at the time.
Yeah. They're like, what the fuck? Like, I'm back here to be with you guys, but check this shit out. Cumin.
Exactly.
Oh fuck, flavor.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Imagine bringing flavor back for the first time.
No, it was insane. That was they came in and they were like, oh, like look at all. There's this French movie where there's like all these. There's a 5-minute rape scene. You should watch. I'm like, oh my god,
Jesus, what movie is that?
Irreversible. It's brutal movie. Oh, that's brutal. Don't watch it.
That's one of those porn categories. Pornhub doesn't even allow.
Man, that scene is horrific.
Yeah,
it's horrible.
It's straight up a rape scene.
5 minutes, 7 minutes straight rape scene.
How does it like? They're like, we want it real. Like,
oh, it was very realistic.
No lighting, people. It was like
it was realistic. The camera was close on the woman's face, and you can see the guy like a little bit blurry in the back. Dude, not discomfort, disgust. You can't. I couldn't even.
How did they shoot that? What is it?
Oh, they
against her.
No. It was like acting.
Yeah.
But it was just so fucking like it was so well done.
Jesus Christ.
I hate to say it.
It looked like she was actually getting raped.
But I'm telling you, I swear to God, like you see her getting punched, you see her like bruised and bleeding.
Reversible.
Irreversible. It's
irreversible.
It's a French movie.
That's hilarious. That's exactly the damage that happened to her. You know, fuck.
And her. Okay, I don't want to get into.
That's when method acting goes wrong.
It's like you know what?
Fuck.
How about you cut? Yeah. All right, let's stop.
He goes, yeah, exactly. Okay, we're gonna do a little recess before the next
guys.
take.
Yeah,
she's shaking in a fucking wool blanket.
It's literally like it's one of the reasons why that movie was famous was because of that scene.
The French are next level.
Oh, dude, it's I think he's an Argentinian filmmaker, Caspar, something like that. He's known for making like crazy shit like that. And there's even like a sex scene in there, but the actors are husband and wife in real life, and they actually do have sex on camera.
Oh, and it's consensual.
Yeah, they're married. No. The rape scene is separate.
No, but I'm saying
it makes up for it. Balances out.
Married consensual sex after full out rape scene. Like,
you win some, you lose some. Is that your?
Yeah, exactly. That's like, I'm not saying I'm looking for that. I'm just saying, Jesus, that's kind of like.
She didn't have a completely awful day.
That's kind of like doing like an open mic bit after the professional closer.
Yeah, you go
know?
to a theater.
Like, how are you gonna follow that with just kissing on the neck.
Good Lord.
Anyway, so these motherfuckers come back to get
Anyway,
part of it.
so they come back to Libya and they bring all this like, new knowledge and stuff like that. And you start then becoming curious, and then you actually do start realize that, yeah, this actually is a big world, and there's more to than just Libya, North Africa, Arab countries. Because that's really what your life is when you're living there.
For most people, keep in mind you lived in England 7 years.
That is
so
true.
You already kind of knew.
Yeah,
You
but
knew.
it wasn't as like eye opening, right? Because now I'm more. You're also
You're
at
a
that.
late teen,
we're
yeah.
also like at that age. 19, 20 is when you start to be like
exploratory.
This
as
is
fuck.
bullshit. What's
Yeah.
going on around me? You can be living, even in New York City, and you can still feel,
Like, this is a farce. Yeah.
This doesn't make sense.
yeah.
This doesn't make sense. This is not right. And so you start learning about like all this stuff, like learning about communism, like or learning about capitalism. You just learn about just all this stuff in different types of governing, because at that time Libya wanted to write a new constitution, so everybody was debating on what type of government that is. So I started also, like a lot of Libyans, start learning about should we go federal? What is it? You start learning all these things. You just like a rush of like all this knowledge, and so that was kind of the thing where I'm like, fuck being an engineer. I don't want to do that. Like, I'll get the degree just because I say I got it, but I don't want to do that.
Gotcha. This is when it went down.
Yeah,
Right at the beginning of the revolution.
that's right. And then going through the revolution itself.
Libya's was quick. From the moment it started
It
to
was
when
about
they
a year.
got Gaddafi.
It was about a year.
right?
I would say a year for sure. I would say definitely a year, but it was a long year. It
Yeah,
felt like
yeah.
a very long year, but it was,
Were people dying
yeah.
because of like from protests?
Not only protests, yes, but also
The spy, how the cops would take the spy people and just
that
disappear.
happened for like the first 2 days, and then he was completely kicked out of Benghazi, at least for sure.
Who?
Gaddafi's forces, anybody that had to do with Gaddafi. Benghazi itself was kind of freed from Gaddafi.
And Benghazi is what?
Benghazi is like the eastern city that's always giving him like trouble. It's like the second biggest one in Libya. Tripoli is the capital, and then Benghazi is like the second.
So
major
Benghazi
city.
represents the like.
It's always
the rebel
been.
force.
It's always been the one that he never liked.
Gotcha.
It's always been.
And
the
they
one
don't
that's-
like him.
No.
Yeah.
So they were freed from.
There we go.
Yes.
Oh, it's on the water.
Yes. Beautiful.
Zoom out a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Right there.
Right
Yeah.
there,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah.
And then zoom in a little bit. Let's see where the capital is.
And capital's on to the left. Yeah, you got to zoom out more. No, you got to zoom out more for you. So
Oh, it's like way.
for Tripoli,
oh.
Tripoli's on to the left, to the west.
Keep going to the
It's
left.
on the coast
don't they?
too. They're all on the coast. Yeah. All the,
Oh, it's all
there you
the way
go.
over there.
There you go. Yeah.
How far is that driving?
It's about 12-hour drive.
Yeah, it looks.
It's
like
about
it.
a travel. It's about like 1,000 kilometers, I think, or something like that. It's
And
like-
then is it all desert? The rest of it?
yes, but it's beautiful desert though.
So most people in Libya
Yes,
live
coast.
on the coast.
On the coast,
Gotcha.
exactly.
Okay,
Most
gotcha.
people live on the coast. It's beautiful.
Gotcha.
My brother, he's there right now. He's 40 degrees weather.
40.
It's amazing, dude.
Is 40 good? I don't know.
I love
mean,
40. I love the
It's a
heat.
hot. It's a dry 40. It's not like these humid 40s here.
Yeah, well, no, it's actually humid. It's actually because the Mediterranean Sea is right there.
Oh, okay. That sounds disgusting. 40
No,
and humid.
I love
sounds-
it. That's the thing. I love that.
disgusting.
That's why we were talking about like I love humidity.
I was
man.
gonna say for us sweaters, when we got 40 and humidity, we got a great alibi.
Yeah, I mean, for us, it
You
doesn't
know
make
what I
a
mean?
difference.
Here it's like 23 and dry.
Yeah, it
and why
doesn't-
are
yeah.
you sweating?
That's like, hey,
fuck.
how about you fucking mind your own business?
Yeah,
huh?
exactly. Fuck. So you're saying that in a couple days he got kicked out of Benghazi?
Kicked out of Benghazi, and so Benghazi was kind of free. But then they started making these revolutionary armies, and they were fighting him, like actually the battlefield stuff. And I lost 2 friends. They died.
Oh,
in
fuck.
that fight. Yeah, they like 19-year-old kids. Like they died.
As like they just went in there to get involved, or they were in the
yeah.
military?
They volunteered for the military, and
Yeah.
then they fought, and they got killed.
Damn.
It
Jihadi death.
yes, and
Yeah.
so I also like wanted to join the army too, and I went
And you were, right? You joined.
for 7 hours.
Yeah.
I talked about this before. I was like 7 hours. I went to the battlefield, saw just how brutal it was. It was one of those like very
Eye-opening.
and yeah, man. It just felt like there's a limit to what everybody can do.
What did you see?
I just saw there was a willingness in people's. There was a difference between me and them.
Gotcha.
The people that were there fighting,
We're ready to die.
just they just had that thing
Yeah.
that I didn't have.
Gotcha. Yeah. Gotcha.
They-
You are a storyteller. We are like, even through history, we are now like similar to like my whole life I've not been the fighting guy.
Yeah.
I avoid fights till the very
Yeah.
last physical altercation. I avoid till the last second. We all through history, I'm pretty sure there's been those people that like step back and like talk and,
Yeah.
and summarize.
Yeah.
And there's motherfuckers who die young.
Yeah.
Who are the like warriors.
That's the thing. But it felt like, I'll even be honest, it felt like a bit emasculating too, because I'm like, you know, these are like men, like they have no problems dying right now, like literally like holding an AK-47, just going in.
What did you see though? Like when you showed up to this?
That's
field?
what I mean. Like I saw them; they are just like excited to go. They're happy to go.
There's like that energy of
They
like
are
we're
just,
freeing the country.
We're doing this.
Yeah.
Even I will die for this, no matter what.
Your age and older.
Yes. Wow. And I'm like
Crazy.
I'm like, I don't have that willingness. I thought I did.
Dude, I had a buddy like that, Syrian, and like this guy grew. Shout out to him, Ahmed Halbouni. His name was.
Such a
Rest in
Syrian
peace.
name. Rest in
But
peace.
like this guy was like crazy, like warrior, like
Yeah.
fucking gladiator
Yeah.
in 2020 time. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Gladiator,
Yeah.
like fucking the next guy. But anyways, this guy was like so. When the war happened, he went over there to like get like he left Canada to go there, died.
Yeah. No, I know a lot of people that came from Canada or the States, Libyans.
Yeah.
And they died there.
I'm saying some people have that warrior
They just
spirit
have that.
inside,
They
and they're in the
have that.
modern times.
Yeah, it's one of that was one of the first things that kind of burst that fantasy bubble that you have as a child, where everything is possible. You can do whatever. No, there's some people that are just built different than other people.
And what's fucked up is, I bet for those people, that moment of going to the battlefield
Yeah.
was the most thing that made sense to them in their life.
That's what I mean. Yeah,
In their
It's
whole
exactly
life.
it. To me, it didn't make sense.
It didn't. You just
didn't
don't have
click.
that
It
DNA.
just didn't click with me.
You just don't have that DNA.
And that's one of the other things too that made me kind of like work very hard at what I do now. Is I had a conversation with my mom, because when the revolution started happening, my mom was like, you can help, you can do whatever you want, but one thing promise me is that you don't join the army and go fight. So I was like, yeah, sure, I promise. And then I went and joined, and then I didn't do it.
And saw and dipped.
So my mom came back to Libya once it was freed and everything there. She was there just to see family and everything like that. And her and I were talking, and she kept talking about like how brave those young men were and like how amazing of a job they did. And it was such a sacrifice. So I was getting like a little bit jealous, because I'm like, well, you said that
You didn't want me to do the very
want me to
thing
do
you
that.
covet. Yeah.
And then she looks at me, she goes, if you really wanted to do it,
you would have done it.
you would have done it.
Oh, and now you were just...
And
that's the hardest hitting truth possible.
That got me. I was really upset and angry for like quite some time.
Like how? Like years?
Yeah, it stuck with me because she's
I think
right.
I still see that anger on stage.
But that's exactly what it. I swear to God, you're absolutely right, and that's exactly what it stuck with me, because I'm like, okay, I want to make films. If I really want to do it, I would have done it. Sit down, write a script, get your friends together. Oh, somebody doesn't want to give you a location, go find another one. An actor dropped out, they don't want to do it, go find another one. If you really wanted to do it, you would have done it.
I love that, bro. You could. That applies to all of life.
That's exactly it.
That is like the very piece of wisdom you can instill to your children.
That's exactly it, man. And it's like it got me so upset with myself.
Just because she's like, you
She's
had
right.
no defense.
She's
You're just
right.
like, fuck.
She wasn't wrong. She was right, and I was mad. I'm mad at her.
And
Obviously,
every one of those moms of those kids probably told them the exact same thing. That's the job of a mother. Please just promise me you won't join the army. Mm-hmm. Promise, mom.
Of course. Like, what mom doesn't love her child? Like, doesn't want them like. Especially like Arab moms, like, you know how protective of their, especially the sons.
Yeah, lead them to death. You know,
Like, there's a mom that had 5 kids. All 5 of them died.
Yeah,
All 5 of them died.
That's crazy.
Do you think like she was like not holding the last one, like begging him to not go?
Yeah.
But so to me, that was the thing that was like, okay, so I have. At the end of the day, you have nobody to blame but yourself.
Exactly.
That's why it's not important to care about what people think. If you're poor, those people that criticize, you're not going to be like, here's.
That's
10,000
why anytime someone starts telling me their fucking Jew theories about how Jews run
I don't
everything,
care.
I'm like, what do you want to do in life?
Yes.
And I'm like, well, if you fucking really want to do it, you would have done it.
No, you would have done it.
No, man, but the media would stop
Sure.
us. Shut up.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's
Move.
great. That's
Get
great.
out of my way.
That's exactly it. Just like
move.
it was just so upsetting. It was,
That's sick, though. But that's one of those things that never, ever, ever leaves you, you know?
yeah, that's one of the reasons why, like, no matter how much I get upset with my mom, like, I always love her because, like, she just always has those things. It's like she helped me a lot, even though that was not her intention.
Yeah.
I'm sure if, like, she knows the reason
It's
why.
tough love.
If she knows the reason why I do what I do is because of what she said, she's
Yeah.
probably like, I wish I'd never said.
Yeah. But I mean, you're still doing engineering, so it's like,
yeah, no, it's
not like you're
It's
fucking.
not. Yeah, but it's still like she wishes that I could like commit to it more and opportunities, all the opportunities like I turned down. You know,
I can't wait. I have fantasies of the day when I'm
free.
like not even. I'm never gonna be free like that. Like I'm just.
Sure.
I don't have it in my cards. Like in the sense of like my mom's just being like, "Wow, do whatever you want. You knew all along."
Yeah.
Like that's never gonna happen. But I'm talking about the moment where it's like. Clearly, the direction I went was way better than engineering.
Sure.
And then I'm just gonna smile at them because, like, even my older brother till this day is like, "What are you doing? You have the degree. You're like work during the day." And like, I'm like, bro, I'm putting 70 hours in
Yes.
without that. Yeah, how am I gonna put 40 hours over 70?
No.
I'm gonna have to drop that 70 to 20, and then like, it's just not gonna work. It's not gonna work for me. You know what I mean? So it's like. And I look stupid still just because of like if you look on paper it still is a smart decision, but I know it, I feel it in every like molecule of my body that day will come.
That's the
where
thing.
I'll just be like, I guess I so you think I should just have stayed in engineering? They're like, well, you know what I mean?
No, they're never going to be happy. But that's why like it's not important. The thing is like that's another thing too, especially growing up how we grew up. It's a very hard realization to come to. Like your parents are great, your family they're awesome people. But that doesn't mean that they know everything, and doesn't mean that they're perfect too. And it's
no one's perfect. No one knows everything.
But we're raised
just
to
these
think that
random
way.
assortment of people around you aren't
But
necessarily
we're raised
more
to think that way.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's a shackle.
Family first.
And that's a very hard shackle.
Sure,
to
I'll
break out of.
prioritize you. It doesn't
Yeah.
mean that you know what's best.
No,
always.
I'm not going to listen to what
Maybe
you have to
before
say.
I was 12.
That's exactly it. Hey, make sure to look before you cross the road. That's great advice.
Like,
But I'm not going to listen to you.
To my family, the idea of being able to make this amount of money and foregoing it to do something that doesn't
Sure.
compare
Sure.
financially, I cannot explain that. I cannot. There's words. I cannot give you words that will explain that get it through their head. That
That's
like,
true.
You know what I mean? There's
Yeah.
no words to explain it. They're like,
No.
but 6 figures it's right there. I don't understand.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to do it. I don't enjoy doing it. But you're broke.
It's money.
6 figures. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like, it's purely this number is higher than this number. I don't understand what you're telling me.
Well, I'm also like to be honest, I also try to be empathetic of them, right? And how they think.
Because they came from that having
They came
nothing
from that
mentality. We're
habit,
saying.
but also, honestly, though, if we're being honest with ourselves, how do you describe somebody what you really want to do? Like, you know it. I know it. Like, you have it in your mind. But what do you tell people, like, how do you explain to somebody that if I don't do stand-up comedy, if I don't write scripts, if I don't make films, then I will literally hate everything that is me,
I'm a
everybody that's
walking
around.
fucking dark cloud.
Yes. How do you explain that to them? It's very hard to explain. Also, how do you explain to them the joy that it brings you? It's very hard to explain that joy.
Yeah.
Only you know that.
But like I'm saying, I'm just fucking waiting for that day where it's
Me
just
too.
like, I don't even know what it would be, but it's like, it's coming.
Well, my
and it's
mom-
and it just makes me fucking.
Yeah. Well, my
I'm
mom
just
keeps talking about well, as long as you just buy me a house, that's like.
Oh, that's easy. Buying a house, that's easy. That's the first normal
Yeah, of course,
thing.
that's-
I already technically bought the family house right now, but
Nice.
I did it through the family's like
Of
money.
course.
I was the only one who could get a mortgage.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm the owner of the family house, but it's not like I bought it as a gift for it.
No,
It just was like, that's how it worked out at the time.
you just help out the family. That's what it is.
And I still, till this day, of course, and I always will, but it's like, I'm like, my plans, my dreams, I'm like, buying a house for you, that's nothing. That's
Yeah.
the tip
We're
of the
l- we're
iceberg.
looking-
That's the
we're
tip of
looking
the iceberg.
beyond
And I'm
that.
not even looking about financial. I'm talking about like, I think that I want to be, by the time, God allowing, inshallah, I can live a long life, right?
yes.
I don't want to live a long life.
You don't want to be a nuisance.
Exactly. I don't want to cross 100, but then by the time we cross 100, 100 would be like 70. Who knows?
Sure,
But like, I
sure.
don't want to have this. I want to have a life where it's like by the time I'm gone, generations are set after me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That is absolutely an amazing thing to do. I think what it is to me is more like failure is something that is, success is not guaranteed, but what it is guaranteed is their sense of regret. I think that if you don't do something, then you're guaranteed to feel regretful.
And that's the thing that scares me more than anything in life.
And that's what I mean. And that's, to me, it's like, I'm okay with failing, but I'm not okay with knowing that I could have done more. That's scary as fuck. Knowing that you could have done more, you could have worked harder.
Knowing you could have done more sucks, but when you didn't even try, that is
of
like,
course.
that is like,
but like
poison to the mind.
If you don't,
bro.
but like we're beyond that point of not trying. We try anything.
Yo,
if we want to do
a horse, that's what, guess drive there, no pay.
If we love it, we're beyond that point. But we're now at a point where like, are you doing everything that you can to get yourself there? I always ask myself this question. I'm like, am I writing enough? Like now I'm like, because I'm writing now a feature script and I'm like telling myself no less than 5 pages a day.
Yeah, you were telling me, which is fucking awesome. And you better fucking give me a part in that movie. I better be cast in that. Well, that's you're never coming on if I'm not cast. You're never coming on. I haven't been in any of your things. You've been through the whole evolution of this podcast. Yet I can't make it into any short you've ever made.
Can I say?
Why is that?
Can I say this? How can I fucking afford somebody that's been on a national McDonald's commercial?
What, 3 years ago?
Well, you're like a...
Bro, I would do it for free. Don't you understand?
Here's the thing. I would love nothing
I don't want to, but I would do it for free.
I know you would.
Cover my gas.
And I mean, hey, again, that's the easiest thing to do. But we are, like, honestly, like, we do, I definitely do want to, like, work with you. Absolutely. There's no doubt about
Bro,
that.
you got Michael Moses isn't here anymore. All right?
I need my black guy.
Yeah, exactly. What, you black, bald, bearded guy?
He's
out west, brother.
But not only that, even when he was here, you were the more improved version of Moses. You're bald, but you're better bald.
Acting, sure. Moses, he said it, not me, brother.
No,
this gets.
I love Moses.
I just see Joe Batello chopping this,
just
right
chopping
now,
up, like just sending clips. No, I love.
And now to make
Moses.
problems.
I love Moses. He's the best.
But acting wise, I'm been out here, bro.
I mean, I know. I'm
saying you don't have to pay me or any of that stuff. That's like I want to be involved in it because I really, when I watched, Sincerely, what was it called?
Sincerely Yours.
Sincerely Yours. When I watched that, I watched it alone in the living room and I actually applauded at the end.
Oh, that's very sweet.
Because I was like, whoa, that was like it. That was fucking great storytelling. I don't know if you've released it to the public because it's still doing the festival stuff.
No, you were still.
But man, that was a great job. And I could just see, it's like, wow, this guy's got the whole thing.
Thank you, man.
So I'm like, so it's more so it's selfishness to be involved with one of your things.
But that's why to me, like, I honestly, if I'm being completely honest, what it is was like, I want to also like prove to the people that I respect and admire that I want them to be in stuff. I want them to see that, oh, this guy can actually do it. And he's not just one of the thousands of people that talk about making films, right?
And I've seen it.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So now that you've seen, like, okay, that you like what I do, then if I come to you with something, then you're gonna be like, okay, well, let's.
Well, I'm down. I'm telling you, I'm down now.
I'm down too.
And that wasn't your first. That's why I'm pissed. That was like your fifth, and this is your sixth.
I've been going through film school. That was my film school for the last.
So fucking put me in something, bro.
We're working on it. We're working on it right now. Shit. Right now, we have a short film script that's ready to go, and. I could
do job interviews. I'm hot. I'm killing it right now with these job interview videos, bro. Let me be.
I've seen those.
Let me be a shitty employer who does a prick guy in the office.
Well, there is one that I'm working on now, also too. But this is going to be the first feature that we're going to do because it's cheaper to do. It's a 24-hour restaurant. Like a family-owned 24-hour restaurant, and you just like see the different customers that roll throughout that day.
Sick.
And the owner herself, I want it to be a woman. She like has her own feelings about owning this restaurant, has her own personal life, but now how this restaurant gets in the way of it too. So
I like your approach to movies because we're working. Me, Mark, and Conrad. We've been working on a feature script,
which I've seen.
Ours is like. Yeah, you saw the pilot. We've adapted it to a feature.
Yes.
But ours is like, they're going here and we're doing that and it's an adventure. But you always like, you keep it small and you're tackling like the emotional roller coaster of things.
Yeah.
You're not like, guy goes to Libya and fights in a big battle and flies and escapes cops they're chasing.
Yeah.
You're just like, it's a 24-hour restaurant.
Yeah.
And the owner and how she feels about and I bet you I'll watch it and I'll fucking love the shit out of it.
I
too.
mean, that's what I love.
It's Louis style shit. I like
That's
it.
what I love about like people. I love how even people eat breakfast. If you notice, I love going to diners.
Oh,
Diners is
bro,
my favorite.
diners are my shit, bro. I love
So
that.
we should go. We
Bro,
should go.
Michigan. I used to live in Michigan.
So yeah,
I love diners, bro.
I love diners. I love going diners. I love at 12 a.m. ordering breakfast. That's my favorite thing in the world. And I love watching how people eat breakfast. Everybody eats breakfast differently. That's my shit. I love watching people.
Me too. I'm a salt and pepper over the entire
See?
plate guy.
There are some people that spray
Right.
ketchup everywhere.
Yeah.
And some people put it on
To the side. I'm to the side.
Yeah, I'm a side guy.
But I salt pepper the whole thing.
Oh.
Some people only salt pepper the eggs. I go
you just
over
you may
everything.
have. Just, you don't care.
Everything.
You
yeah.
love salt. You love it. You don't care if it's salty or not.
I want it salty.
That's what I mean.
Funny.
Yeah.
People on Instagram would know how much of a breakfast person I am, but I always that bullshit. I always feel so fucked up about putting a story with bacon on the plate. I'm eating, bro. I'm eating my favorite pizza place. I'll eat pepperoni all the time, but I only put the story when I get the margarita. You know what I mean? And like most of my followers aren't even like. No one can. I'll post a story
Do it for yourself.
Yeah, it's like it'll be an LCBO bag
Oh
in a
my
picture. I'm
God.
doing all this stuff.
Oh,
It's some of that. It's that Muslim tribal, bro. I'm telling you, I'm part of the
it's
tribe,
so
bro.
unfortunate that there's like things about you that you're like, I can't show this.
I'm like, I want to show people this perfect plate. But
I wanna show this.
I almost want to tag
Oh.
it. Turkey bacon's great.
I was gonna be like hashtag turkey
Hashtag
bacon.
turkey
No,
bacon.
for real, believe me.
Hashtag wallahi turkey bacon.
Wallahi turkey bacon.
Like, bro, that's the turkey bacon isn't that greasy and perfect.
No,
bro.
no. And then
There's
the
no
next
way.
day in the morning, you're like, this is how much I love turkey bacon. You're taking pictures of the package. You're like,
Yeah,
you're
you go buy it.
I'm so committed to this bullshit.
Jesus
Like, just
Christ, this guy's in denial.
Yeah, there's like two things about Muslim guys that like they'll always fast Ramadan and they don't eat pork. Like those are the two things, no matter what they do.
Yeah, I'm not even fasting Ramadan anymore, bro.
Yeah, that's
So I gotta not show the bacon.
Yeah, no,
you know what I
it's
mean? I
too
got one
much.
thing. I got one thing left.
trust me. I don't think you'll find anybody that relates to it more than I do. I totally understand that. I totally get that. Like my Instagram does not tell the whole story of
Yeah.
my life. Far from it.
I know it's so funny, but I'm like, I don't know, man. I can't wait to get to the level where, and I don't know if I ever will get to this level where we could graduate social media.
Yeah.
In fact, once I become a big enough, like my body of work
Yeah.
is like, maybe, I don't know if my name will become ubiquitous, will be like, people will know the name. Not everyone has to know the name. That's fine. But can I get to a point where it's like, I just hand this, I don't need social media?
Yes.
I don't know if I can because I came up in social media.
Well, yeah.
I think I can hand it off one of these
That's
days.
what I mean. Like you announce a tour, and within like
no, I have a social media manager.
yeah,
who,
that's what I mean. Yeah, you
and
announce
an artist
you
makes the
announce a
thing.
tour, and then within like a week, everything sells out.
Yeah,
Don't
exactly.
have to worry about it.
Exactly.
That's what I want to do. I want to get to a point where I don't even have an email. I just have two phones. One that's for family.
One for the plug, one for the home.
Yeah, exactly. One for just for the family, and just one for maybe like a manager, or agent, and that's it. Like I don't want to be on social media at all.
Yeah.
But the only reason we're on is because, I mean, what else can
It's,
you do?
it fans the flames of this whole fucking thing
It
we're
is
doing.
what it is. You have
The
to
whole
do it.
thing.
You have to do it. How much it sucks. It is what it is.
The whole thing, man. But it's a necessary evil that I'm like, will it
Yeah.
be not necessary one of these days? I really hope
I
so.
hope so. I hope
Yeah.
so too. And I think it would be great for it to not be necessary because I definitely could go without it.
I don't know. Part of me thinks like it's going in a more comprehensive direction than
Yeah.
it is less.
You
People
think
are
so?
going. Yeah, I mean, it's standard for you to be on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok,
Sure.
and YouTube. I'm forget Twitter, but I post almost daily on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube.
Yeah.
On 2 accounts. That
Oh.
shit, Immigrant Section,
Immigrant Section
and my
and
own
Abbas
account.
Wahab, yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm like, I want to consolidate them, but I'm like, is it too late? I don't know. There's no playbook. There's nothing. It's too much work. You know what I mean?
It is.
It's too much work. And I'm just like biting my lip, and I'm just like, keep going, keep going, keep going. Keep moving. It's that war mentality. This is our war, but content is like my war.
Yeah, it's embarrassing to say, but like
Yeah.
it is. You're
when
right.
you're talking about actual people who
Sure.
died in a real war.
I have to get through this last page. I have
Yeah,
to write
right.
it.
They're expecting another post.
I must.
Bro, I almost lost my mind during COVID. I was posting a video every day.
Yeah, I saw that. It was one of the reasons why like you're like going so hard at it, but you kind of were getting a lot more
I
exposure
established
during that
myself.
time.
But
That's what I mean. Yeah.
what I noticed weirdly enough was it makes a bigger impact if you wait a couple days, even if you made it already. It's like I was looking at Nima and I was trying to catch up with Nima's pace. You know, Nima posts 9 things a day.
He's
you know,
a beast, yeah.
And I'm like, I gotta post 9 a day. You know what I mean? But I was like, but I noticed that it's like a laugh. If you do a funny joke and they're laughing, and you're excited about the tag, and you step on the laughs. You know what I mean? Some people didn't hear what you're saying because they're still laughing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't fully get the fruit of it until you wait till it's done. It hit that perfect moment.
Yes.
I realized the same with this, where I was posting every day, but it's like it's gonna be more effective and make its rounds in the internet if you space it a little bit.
Let it breathe.
Let
a
it
little bit.
simmer.
Yeah.
Let it. Now it's like I'll have an idea and I'm like I'll post that in 2 days. Just
Smart.
because I don't want because. In COVID, people were like, "Where's your thing today?" I set that tone. I set
Wow.
the pace.
Well, that's great though. You have people reaching out. That's awesome.
Like not some were like the thing is if I the last time I skipped a week of this podcast is when really people reached out. They're like, "Don't." I took vacation. I was like,
They're like, "Don't
I was
ever
like,
do
I
that."
earned 1 week where I don't post, and
don't
bro,
ever do that again.
the numbers dropped. And like more so than I would have thought.
Yeah.
And people were like, "Don't ever miss an episode, please."
Yeah,
like,
well, but how awesome is
like,
that?
Jesus
like
fuck.
how
I know.
awesome is
That
that?
one I was like,
right?
okay,
that's
okay.
fucking great.
Yeah, yeah.
That
That one I
people
was
are
like,
like reaching out, being like, "We need you."
Yeah, please don't.
That's great.
Please don't.
That's
do that
fucking
again.
great, dude. No, I think you do a very very good job with it. I think like from what I see you in your shit that you do is like it's really it's consistent, and I think that's very hard to do.
It is hard. Man.
Consistency, quality, yeah, okay, sure, yeah, but like I think what's harder than quality is consistency.
You can't guarantee quality.
You cannot.
You can guarantee consistency.
Absolutely.
And you hope to converge to quality. You know what I
It
mean? You
slowly
can only
goes
hope.
into-
You can only
yeah,
hope.
He goes into it. Do you feel like stressed out by that stuff a lot?
Well, now that I'm, like I'm embracing it. Now that this job interview videos I'm doing, bro,
Yeah.
thank God for that. I was just imagine just every day on stage doing one-liners today, doing
Sure.
stories the next day,
Sure.
being the roast guy the next day.
Sure.
You don't know what the fuck you are.
No.
The best thing about this that hit was a format that I can keep recreating with a new
Of course,
premise.
you can do different things, yeah.
And the format, people love it.
That's
so I
great.
don't have to feel like, oh fuck, do I have to change it? Because people are loving
You
it.
can stick with this
They're
for a while, yeah.
For a while. So
Yeah.
I have the pressure gone. Now it's more like next I'm gonna do Spirit Airlines because they're such an easy target.
yeah,
They
you
suck
just,
so much.
it's a template that you fill up and
Yeah.
you just do it. Yeah,
it's like
until you feel like you don't want to do it
Until
anymore.
I don't wanna do it
But
anymore.
you're gainfully employed.
Exactly.
You're
dude.
gainfully
It
employed.
used to be like, okay, I'll do a joke about the mailman. Oh,
You're a freelancer.
Yeah. Like, oh, when mail arrives late. Oh, when your mom calls you. Like, you know what? You
And
just
then you
fucking,
start feeling like you're reaching when the Jello doesn't set. You're like, oh, I don't think that's a very interesting
like,
video.
I've never experienced that in my
I've
life,
never.
sir.
Only you.
In fact, I just unfollowed you. That was so
I know.
unrelating.
You reached so hard for that one.
I'm sorry about
Calm
that.
down.
I'll never do it. Yo, I hit you up. I want to talk about this. Do you hear about Uganda's?
Yes.
Yo,
Dude.
Did you hear about this, Dante?
Nope.
Uganda found a
my God.
crazy gold fucking
It was
deposit
like
or whatever. the
30
fuck.
million or something like that.
It's like apparently 13 trillion in street value.
Yes.
Oh, like 30 million tons. or
Yeah,
whatever.
but it's in 13 trillion. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is crazy. Look, this is Mia Fool's gold. I don't know if this is real. First of all,
So
I went to a bunch of other articles.
not many
and-
people covered this.
Yeah, and a lot of people are like talking about how like not a lot of people are covering this.
Not a lot of people cover this. But did you like? Because I looked into it a few times.
See if Al Jazeera or BBC did
That's
something
the
on
thing.
this.
No.
Neither?
So I'll tell you what happened. So they're saying it's
Uganda has announced that it has struck a deposit of 31 million tons of gold ore with extractable pure gold estimated to gross 320,000 tons.
Yes.
More than 12 trillion in value.
Yes.
But what's happening here?
So they're probably saying that they're speculating that he meant to say ounce and not ton. So
Okay. So an ounce. How many? Okay, wait. How many?
so that's
Dante, how
what
many
they're
ounces
saying.
in a ton?
I think that's the thing, is that he misspoke because he went off script. He was not supposed to announce that.
Okay, in that one section, put 320,000. In that where the one is, replace the one with 320,000. So 9 tons.
Yes.
So what does 9 tons of gold fetch?
It's definitely not 12 trillion. I'll tell you that much. But the problem is, because I looked into this.
But that's a massive
I
unit.
spent like an hour looking into this because I was sucked into it.
Yeah.
So Uganda apparently is going through hard times, like as a lot of. So the citizens, when they heard that, they were so happy.
Yeah.
They were like, all of our problems are solved. Imagine you get gifted 12 trillion.
The fucking church attendance plummeted that day, dude.
They're all like, just fuck,
we're
yeah.
in.
Who cares?
Yeah.
I'll build my own church.
Yeah.
So here's 320,000 ounces.
Oh, it's just 500 million now.
See, so that's what I'm talking
That's
about.
so funny. They're like, it's 12 trillion.
So-
Sorry, 500 million.
So that's
That's still 500 million.
but for a country.
But for a country, that doesn't even scratch the GDP.
not.
Really. What's Uganda's GDP? Can you look that up?
Poor Uganda, man. Oh shit.
It's 587.
That's what. No. Imagine. Oh, this is a big deal then. It
It's
just doubles the GDP.
100%,
Yeah.
100% more.
Uganda GDP. Let's see what these What are you thinking? 50?
Yeah.
37 billion. 37
There you
billion.
go.
So 500 million is not like I'm not. Oh,
So-
look at that. They're killing it.
No, they're doing better.
Yeah,
they're
look,
doing much
look how they're
better.
going up.
They're going through a renaissance right now.
Wow.
I think them and Kenya, I believe, are doing doing.
Go to Kenya's GDP. This is just on Africa now. But
Well, that's the thing I was gonna tell you, man.
so you're saying it's fake?
I think he misspoke because he freestyled that. He was a speech and he was not supposed to mention that, and he freestyled it and then went off script, and he was like 30 a ton, and they're like, no, it's ounce, it's ounce. So now everybody's like back to being upset. Yeah,
Go to Sudan. Kenya's at 100 billion. So that's why a lot of these people didn't cover it, I guess.
that's what I mean. They're upset, but the thing is, the Ugandan citizens are upset because they thought it was.
They thought they were set. They were rich. Wow.
Yeah.
Look at Sudan.
Oh,
though.
no.
Oh, my
No.
God. Sudan's plummeting.
Oh my God!
26 billion. Man, Kenya is. Go to Nigeria. Nigeria is probably like $1 trillion.
Yeah, I
Man,
think Nigeria
that's
would be
rough,
one of the ones that
bro.
are doing better.
Nigeria is probably doing the best in Africa.
Yeah, because
Nigeria is the hub of it.
There's Niger and there's Nigeria. Yeah.
Yeah, $500 billion. Go
Yeah,
to Libya.
yeah.
Go to Libya.
Well, there's
Yeah,
no need,
Nigeria-
There's no need for that.
Well, it's gonna be better than Sudan, bro.
I don't.
It's not gonna be plummeting.
I don't. Think,
It'll probably drop during the thing. Dude, we're right there.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yo, we
we're
both
not
suck.
doing that
Yo.
much better. No.
This is the best. Yo, the
Exactly.
title of this episode: Libya and Sudan fucking are dying. Leave
in
these
it
countries.
together.
Yeah.
You know what the problem is now is that a lot of African countries are starting to do well, but there's also a lot that are not. So this is going to be the first time where some African countries are going through a boom and some are not. Because usually before Africa, all was just
Nothing.
going through it.
Yeah.
We're all going through it together.
Yeah.
But now there are some that are taking off without the
Like
others.
Nigeria is pretty much
Oh, yeah,
like
Ni-
crossed
but
over
Nigeria's
into not
always
even-
been doing great.
They've always been leading the bunch.
Even their immigrants have always, Nigerian immigrants.
Oh, they're the most
they're
ambitious.
They're the most ambitious, the most well-educated.
Yeah.
Always do well.
If there is a ethnic black
The superior.
doctor, you know what I mean? Guaranteed Ogua or Ayumbe
Yeah,
or something,
yeah.
some Nigerian
Lumumbo,
name,
yeah,
they'll
yeah,
come
yeah,
in.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the test results are promising, but there is a low level in your C, blah, 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 blah.
Nigerians have no patience. Even when they talk to you, what is this? Like they're just disgusted by everything, and they're mostly right.
I know Conrad. He's like, I think he's just a stoner.
Conrad's
I
is
think
like,
he's just a stoner
Conrad's laid
Nigerian.
back. No,
Yeah.
we're talking about like the stereotypical Nigerian. They have no patience for foolishness. They don't.
So they just fucked up. It should be ounces.
They
not
fucked up.
tons.
That's what I mean. They fucked up, and so now the citizens are upset. Now they're mad because they thought they were promised this thing, and now they don't have that. Also, apparently, what he said that he discovered is like 115 times more than all of the gold that has been discovered in the,
In the
world.
Yeah.
So
That's
even
why.
the number itself is so ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's so ridiculous.
That's why I saw something on YouTube. It's like some fucking TikTok. She's like, no one is talking about this. And it's like,
Yeah.
and I look, it was like 34 views. I was like, what?
Yeah,
Why did
nobody's watching your
Google
video
take me-
too.
How did Google how did Google's first page take
That's
me to
how
this link?
little coverage.
And it only has 34 views.
This video is
it
gonna-
landed on page 1 of
Us
Google.
talking about is going to be in the
She Booms.
on the
They're
Times
just-
magazine.
yeah.
Like
Local podcast uncovers truth.
it's so sad. But if you're from Africa, it's
Oh, it's
part
like,
of the
oh,
course.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
part of the course.
yeah.
If you're African, your whole life
It
is
was a
nothing-
mistake.
Their whole life is nothing but promises and nothing panning out.
I know, right?
That's all of it. Gaddafi, the reason like he managed to stay in power is because he was telling Libyans how much better they are. The rest of the world is like an
Oh, by the way,
apocalypse.
did you look up crazy stuff in the Green Book?
Oh, dude.
So I have
There's so much.
We'll end on this. Just the,
Yes,
the
yes.
craziest line.
Which I love to end on.
The craziest Green Book
Yes.
quotes.
One of the quotes, I'll tell you,
Yeah.
50% of the population is women and the other is men. That's a whole quote.
That's just like a statistic.
It's just the way he
Wait,
he
did they-
skims through it. It's so good.
Was he like Saddam, where they had pictures of Gaddafi everywhere? going on?
Everywhere.
Yeah?
Everywhere.
He stood up in the morning?
But Gaddafi was funnier.
Yeah, Gaddafi's hilarious.
That's the thing about
Saddam's
him.
just a killer.
I appreciate yes.
Yeah, Saddam is just a
Gaddafi
king
mixed
killer.
it up. Mixed
Yeah,
it
yeah.
up a little bit.
Women, like men, are human beings.
Yes.
This is an incontestable truth.
Yes.
Women are different from men in form because they are females, just as all females in the kingdom of plants and animals differ from the male of their species. According to gynecologists, women, unlike men, menstruate each month. And I love this guy has no conversational contact with women. He just refers to gynec. I have never heard this from them, from the 89 wives I have. But according to specialists, they menstruate once a month. Since men cannot be impregnated, they do not experience the ailments that women do. She breastfeeds for nearly 2 years.
This doesn't it sound like he's an alien?
Yeah, he's
and he's
insane.
like just documenting human beings like to eat this thing called breakfast.
Look, placing a child in a day nursery is coercive and tyrannical and a violation of the child's free and natural disposition. And I am a dictator.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
yes, but if somebody scores a goal against my son's team,
They will be killed.
they will be killed. However, women menstruate.
That's so funny. What an insane motherfucker. Did you guys have to read the Green Book?
No, but
Is it a joke? Like, what the fuck
no,
is
no.
it?
When in the 80s and like early 90s, it was a lot more intense. But at the time when I was a kid, he kind of mellowed down a little bit. But it was still like something that is like respected, obviously, right? It was
Yeah.
one of the things that was like the house belongs to those who live in it. So what ends up happening is that people that have multiple properties that they don't live in it, if somebody like jumps in and moves
Squatters'
into it,
rights.
squatters, they you can't kick them out because it says in the Green Book that the house is owned by those who live in it.
That happens all over the world. Squatters' rights is like
But
a
you-
fucking
but-
universal truth,
Yeah,
bro.
it's-
We have family in like
Why
Sudan
even bother?
who will be like house sitting the house
Yeah.
for so many years. They're
Yeah.
like, it's ours.
But like they're like like he will lock you up if you want to kick those people out
Oh, actually,
because it's not following the Green Book.
sporting clubs, which constitute the traditional sports institutions in the world today, are rapacious social instruments. The grandstands of public athletic fields are actually constructed to obstruct access to the fields. What the fuck is he saying?
His best work is when it comes to like gender. That's the best stuff. That's where
That's
the
the
Green
cre-
Book really shines.
Yeah.
Is the women's stuff. Is the women's stuff is amazing. He comes across as like this feminist. It's like women are just like us.
Women are like men,
They're
human
just-
beings.
But it's a great read. It's a great like bathroom.
Have you
read.
actually read the whole thing?
I've skimmed through it. And
No, I
it's-
need to order it. I need to
it's
actually
so-
order it
I highly recommend anybody
for the toilet. Like
fuck reading Steve Martin's like stand up shit. Like read this if
Yeah.
you want to laugh.
the Green Book.
The
wow.
solution to the problem.
Imagine you just over the toilet you have Mein Kampf and the Green Book.
I mean, listen, what a well-rounded man.
You know what I mean?
Oh, educated
As you
individual.
push out a dookie, how about you read about the struggles of previous
and
dictators?
9/11 inside job books.
Yeah.
He's like this guy really goes for it.
Oh, fuck, bro. This has been a blast, man. Let's land this thing,
I love
homie.
you, man.
As always, put me in a fucking thing, bro.
I promise.
You better, bro.
I
Look,
promise.
Look into the camera
I-
and tell the people you will put
From
me in a
thy
thing.
mouth.
But also how to find you.
You can follow me on it's AJ Bate on Instagram, AJ Bate on Facebook, and on YouTube. AJ Bate. I have my short films that I have. They've made so far 3 of them. This one will be doing a public viewing next summer, and we'll be posting on YouTube as well.
Do you have like a link tree, like
Yes.
all links? Okay, sick.
Linktree,
I'll
if you-
put that. I'll
yeah,
post that
yes,
below. So just scroll
Linktree, you
below.
can find everything there. TikTok, I'm also on TikTok too. You can find everything there.
Follow this guy. He's gonna be one of the next big filmmakers. I promise you.
Trying.
If not stand up, if not a combination, I don't know, something. Just follow
We'll
the
see,
motherfucker. From my end, just come out to the July 7th live Zoom. I'm excited for this. Meet the fans. It's been like 3 years of just kind of like working and just like in with tunnel vision. So it's excited to meet people, see who listens. Hopefully, there's people all over the world. Looking forward to that. Scroll below, get the Zoom link, and sign up for that shit. I want to see you all out. But AJ, this has been a pleasure.
And I
Let's do
want to
this shit
say
again.
congratulations on recording your album.
Yes, and July 29th.
So yeah,
the special and the
congratulations on
album
that.
will release.
I got a sneak peek of it. It looks beautiful. You did
Look
a great
out
job.
for that.
Congratulations.
Shit. Thank you, homie. Yo, thanks for tuning in. It's your boy Abbas Wahab signing out. Until next time, peace.